My buddy Jose Sanchez is joining me. We are going to be talking about the Whirlwind FX Vortx. The company generously sent Foobs one and me one so we could test it out. We plugged it into our PC game systems and we played some games with this thing. This thing has blown us all over the place. What do you think about getting blown by a peripheral?
You went there. You went there before I could.
Dude, it's in their marketing, so like I have no qualms. What do you think of the Vortx?
I think it's a great idea. I love the concept behind it. I mean, it reacts. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I just plugged it in and it started working.
Yes.
So I was like, well, all right, cool. I keep getting a notification every time I turn my computer on saying it can't find some folder, but the thing still works. So I don't know what's going on in there. But no, it's cool. It like reads the heat signatures off your screen on your PC, and it'll like hit you with blasts of cool air or warm air at random spurts. So if you're playing a game, you know, like Fortnite, you're swarming into the level, you're getting blown.
As you're parachuting in, you're getting the cool air coming at you. I really noticed how cool it was playing racing games. Whenever you hit that turbo button, there's like a little blast of heat, and then it gets cooler as you're going super fast. So it operates incredibly quickly, and you're right, it's so intelligent that it doesn't need to. You don't have to kind of tell it what to do. It just sort of intuits.
It's just like, I got this.
Now, one of the things that this thing does, and I don't know if you tested it out, you can also just watch content on Twitch or whatever, and it will respond to that. I didn't do that. I just played games with it. Did you watch stuff with it?
Oh no, I did. I mean, I've done it for a lot of, like when I'm streaming, I'll throw my stream into full. So it's a PC only product.
Yeah.
But I'll be streaming my console games through my PC and I'll full screen it. And so like been playing Smash Bros. Giant balls of fire hitting me and feeling the warmth of like Bowser. I'm like, I need to stop fighting Bowser because he's on this fire trip and he's got the curry power and he's just hitting me with all this blast. And so it's designed to be like, I think like 3 to 6 feet away from you. Yeah. Mine is like a foot away.
Yeah.
So I'm
a little uncomfortable. Yes.
So you don't. I'm like sweating. I got a fan on in the corner. I got my lights on for my stream set up, and it's just like it's getting warm in here.
This is such a perfect idea for VR. You know.
I was just gonna say that it's the perfect accompaniment for something like to get the entire VR experience.
Yeah.
I remember I went to a demo for a game. It was called The Wire, based on that, like the guy that did the tightrope between the towers.
Yes.
And they had fans on the floor just blowing you while you're like in VR and you're doing this experience and you can feel it. So I'm like, well, something like this is perfect for that kind of atmosphere to where like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be feeling like I'm literally like tightrope walking in the skyscrapers and there's wind is blowing heavily and I'm trying not to fall.
Yeah.
For other VR applications, I mean, again, as I mentioned when we were doing our award stuff, I haven't got VR yet, but hopefully I'm getting it for Christmas. Right, babe? Babe?
The only kind of setbacks for this is that it's tied to a computer, so you can't use it with your console games. It's also not super cheap either. It's still going to cost you, I think, like they're $150 or something like that. I'm sure there's been some Black Friday sales, and there'll probably be some after Christmas sales. But the thing about this tech is that it's available now. So if you do have a pretty decent computer gaming setup, and you are playing tons and tons of games, and you want another kind of level of immersion, there's something like this, and then you can also get some of the light augmentation and stuff that kicks light at you from behind your monitors and stuff. And I think, sure, they're kind of gimmicky, but I think it's all about this idea of immersion, right? And getting lost in the experience.
And it's their first run at it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's here. The box itself is kind of big, so even just like sitting on my desk, it's like takes up a lot of space.
Yes.
But I can see like smaller applications where you can like smaller boxes and set up like kind of like how you have like the Vive set up with the little boxes and stuff all over the room.
Yeah.
I'm sure like they can make little condensed versions that it's USB powered, so there's got to be some sort of thing that they can do. You know, plug it into your console and it can read whatever's powered through your Xbox or your PlayStation.
I think they've done a pretty good job for this being their first product. You know, like
it works. I mean, it blows me.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't that long ago that it was just a prototype and an idea and you know, stuff scratched on a whiteboard, but they got it to market. They got it with good packaging. I like the Vortx as a name, makes a total a great amount of sense, and the fact that the light system lights up and it correlates with whether you're getting blasts of cool air or heated air, and it's not that hot either. It's not like a space heater or something like that. It's just warm. It's either warm or it's a little bit cool. You're not going to be uncomfortable. It's just this extra level of, it's almost like, it's more powerful than a subwoofer, but it's that kind of thing. It's like that extra oomph as you're playing these games.
I recommend throwing the Yule log on YouTube, full screen, turn this bad boy up, and curl up next to your Vortx.
Yeah, I think it's pretty rad. I'm pretty impressed, and obviously I got to meet the inventor and co-founder of Whirlwind at New York Comic Con there, and he was
First
cool.
of the job, must be nice.
Well, he was just
the creator.
You know what? He's just a young guy with a great idea, and he sees the opportunity in the absence of this kind of a product in the space, and he says, "Well, let's go into it." And let's be honest, like, we're all game players. We want to forget that we're playing with this hardware and this software, and I think like that's why VR exists. We put these giant screens right on, an inch from our eyeballs.
All in your face. Hopefully this Christmas, right, babe?
So, I think that this is a natural extension of it. Maybe this could be more ergonomically shaped and more sort of tied into things. I mean, we mentioned when I talked with the founder of the company, he was talking about it being embedded in laptops and things like gaming laptops and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool ways that this could go, but there does feel like there is a bit of an inevitability about this product. Like, it feels like it makes sense to get, as we edge closer to...
It's not like a vitality sensor.
Well, this beats the vitality sensor because it's here.
Hands down.
It exists. What are you going to give the Whirlwind FX?
I think it's a cool product. It's a little cool product, a little expensive. I can't wait to see future iterations of it, but for now it works. I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you too. 7.5 from me as well.
Get blown.